In the Business Edge, an inspiring story of an entrepreneur who broke through decades of barriers with a startup that eventually landed as a publicly traded company on a U.S. stock exchange. George Johnson is the man behind the revolutionary product Afro Sheen. Reporter Diane Moca shares Johnson's insights as he looks back on successes, regrets, and prepares to release his memoir.
Any entrepreneur that has a good product or a good service that he believes in, he's always got to improve that. And he should work for that. And if he wants to really succeed, he's got to be willing to work his butt off and do whatever it takes.
That's exactly what George Johnson did before he built a $40 million company and had a son who eventually took over when he was a boy in Chicago, shining shoes at the age of 8, and later working as a busboy, bowling alley pin setter, and a production chemist at a black-owned cosmetics firm in 1944 after dropping out of high school. 10 years later, he founded his own company using a $500 loan to make hair care products for black men, and he learned to evolve, according to Chicago publisher Hermine Hartman.
So, Angie, one of the wonderful things Mr. Johnson did is in the growth of his business is there was always a look for opportunity. His business started for a product for men. And from men, he grew to women. And from one of the things that I say to him is that he followed the cultural wave. Not once, but a couple of times, he followed cultural waves. He changed the way women and men by get their hair done.
During the 1960s, Johnson Products Company became the exclusive sponsor of the iconic R&B music show Soul Train.
Mr. Johnson did well in his business, but there were spin-off businesses from his business for others, like Soul Train, like Essence Magazine, like Burrell Advertising Company. And so it's the team building, it's the outreach, but it's allowing other businesses to integrate into his business for their businesses.
We were growing rapidly in the late 60s. And brokerage firms took a liking to us. They were following us, and asked me if I would go public, and I did.
In 1971, Johnson Products became the first black-owned company to be listed on the American Stock Exchange.
My regret is that I went public. I should have never gone public, but I did, and that puts you in a position where you have to satisfy the analysts, and they set the goals for you. And then when you don't meet those goals, they punish you.
But black consumers supported him, and his popular products dominated 80% of the black hair care market.
Our hairstyles changed to the natural, and he created Afro Sheen and products for natural hair. And that was following a cultural trend, either leading the trend or following the trend, but paying attention to the trend. That's a very important business factor.
George's son, Eric, took over the business after George divorced his wife of 39 years in 1989, and she got half the company. George's new memoir chronicles how he and his company survived. The company sold for $61 million in 1993, ending its black ownership, until a consortium of black investment firms bought the brand in 2009, and Afro Sheen re-entered the market and made a splashy comeback, demonstrating the resilience of both the product and its founder. Diane Moca, Business First AM.
Our thanks to Diane for that report. At the height of Johnson's ownership in 1976, Johnson Products Company had 500 employees in Chicago and a factory in Nigeria. Also impressive, he's using Zoom at 97. Go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.